In 2023, have you been feeling isolated? Like, even though you may have had some interactions with people, closer ones, you were just drawn to focus a lot on yourself and what you were doing. Have you been feeling like that in 2023? Well, change is coming as we move from a 7 universal year into an 8 universal year. So hi everyone, welcome. My name is Kelitasahliah and I share my perspective of our realm that we share together collectively. I am a mother, I am a real angel, and I also dabble in crypto. So make sure you check out my Crypto Angles podcast, where I combine astrology of the visible sky with cryptocurrency, because X marks the spot, to see what the markets will be doing. But welcome everyone anyway. Welcome. Let's kind of get into this. It's the numerology of 2024 that we're going to get into. I do have my board and I'm hoping that it's not showing up backwards because it is on this screen thingy. However, the recording may be different, hopefully. But welcome. So I'm going to share a little bit about numerology here and my perspective of the energies of these numbers and how it could be impacting us. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you had been feeling very isolated, let's actually take a look at why that could be so. So I'm going to show you my board. I'm going to show you my board. As you can see, these are all my socials if you'd like to find me, and I do have an astrology transit calendar available, and if you're watching this in December, there is a discount. So a discount on the physical copies and the digital of 15% off. So here's next year and here's this year. It goes up until March, so you can still benefit from getting this calendar. It's amazing to learn if you are a beginner. Anyway, we've got it there too, and this one, the new one, takes a step up as we look into the, I'll show you, body and zodiac correlation. So we're taking that step further, so do grab this if you would like. As you can see, the body to zodiac. So anyway, enough about the sky. Let's look at the numbers of our hologram. If you don't know, numbers rule our entire hologram. We are in a holographic reality, and I feel that that's why numerology is so important. It's very important, because even if you break down astrology, which I definitely go down that route a lot of the sky, because mainstream astrology is inaccurate, it breaks down to numbers. Everything breaks down to numbers. So let's just take a look anyway at why we'll just use black today. If you have been feeling isolated, so whether that's isolated from a bigger group of people and you've been more drawn to like a smaller group of people who you spend your time with, and even isolation from them, you've just probably had just moments where you've had with them but not a lot, and just a lot of self-work and self-development. If you've been feeling like, why aren't certain relationships progressing in a certain area, and then you've always just been drawn back to self, then this could be why. So we're going to take a look at the actual symbol of 7 before we get into kind of like everything else. Come on, you were working before, fam. Come on, stop this nonsense. So 7 anyway. Really hope this ain't showing up backwards. But 7, as we can see just from the symbology, 7, we have a lot at the top, and then it's kind of this anchoring in to the bottom. So in our reality, we have as above 9, so below 6, and the energies that allow the as above to get to the as below is 3. So what we've got right here, at the top, the 9 energy is at the top. We then have this anchoring in down to the 6 energy. So the 9 energy is basically ethereal in nature. It's that higher wisdom. It's just completion, for example. So what we can see just from the 7 having a lot of its energy just at the top, this flat plateau, is that we are getting energy from the ether and we are anchoring this in to the physical reality. This is why isolation, because within this time we needed to be by ourselves, to know our own mind, so we're truly anchoring in what we really need. Okay, this is why the isolation. So if you've been feeling fully isolated, this is why you're getting messages, ideas, wisdom, inspiration, literally from the ethereal this year. That's what you had this year. So I also don't want you to just believe all of this. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You know, make sure this is for you. Don't just take anything off the internet. Take it with a whole bag of salt, not a pinch, not a grain, a bag, so you can throw it into people's eyes. I'm joking. That's the Aries coding in me. But anyway, it's like you were bringing this wisdom, this knowledge, this knowing. You were learning more about it, learning more about yourself. So this is why the isolation was big, especially if you've just been feeling just lonely. This is why the isolation was big, because you were getting this wisdom coming down, and quite a lot too, because it's just like this flat surface of, okay, this is the wisdom, this is what's necessary, that spans across it all. So imagine you've got a box and it's like, this is the whole box, and you've got 7, it spans across it all, getting the ethereal wisdom 9, and then you're bringing this down into the plane of existence 6, and of course 3 allows that to happen. So you're getting a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowing of kind of who you are, what you'd like to do potentially around about this time. And it's not about just getting and receiving the wisdom. So I'm getting a message in my ear right now. It's not about getting and receiving that wisdom, but it's about hearing it, being still, being patient, to anchor this in. And because of that, you may have, even if you probably didn't have a lot of money or etc, etc, you may have always had the resources brought to you that came at the right time to allow you to anchor this wisdom that you got into the physical reality. So let me know if that does resonate, if you have kind of felt that throughout 2023, if you feel like you've had these ideas, these knowings of just like, wow, I'd like to go down this route. And even if you may have not had like this overflow of money, you always had enough, the resources came, collaborations came, for example, to allow that to happen. That was the 7 year. However, we are moving. Oh, rub that out. We are moving from the 7. You still see this? Let's use a different pen card. This black is just, it's not blacking right now. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. So we are moving from the 7 universal year now into the 8 universal year. Can you see that? And to work out the universal year, if you do not know, you take the year, you just add up the year. That's literally it. You add up the year. So we had 2, 2, 3, which equaled 7, and then we're getting 2, 2, 4. That's 4 there, and 4, which equals 8. It's literally as simple as that. If you didn't know, that is the universal year, and everyone has their own universal year as well. And I will add in, calculate your own universal year based on 2 calendars, because it will show you a lot. Base it on the Gregorian calendar and the actual normal calendar. So for example, this is December as I'm doing this video. Des equals 10, Oct equals 8, so October is the 8th month, Nov is the 9th month, not the 11th, or you know what I'm saying. So do it based on both to calculate your own personal year in alignment with the universal year. So that's something I'll recommend. And I forgot to say, I will do tarot at the end of this video to get that extra clarity on what this universal 8 year is going to bring. But anyway, what is this 8 year talking about? Let's just wipe this board, because I can't use the bottom because I'll have to lift it up. I'm tired already, so take note of that. I am going to rub it off. And do let me know if you like that analogy of the 7 year anyway. And I will be getting into, where's my pen? I will be getting into like the symbology of all the numbers that will be released throughout 2024, so stick around for that as well. So we're going into the 8th. Yeah, we're going into the 8th year. We have, as I said, we collected the wisdom, all this wisdom, and we've anchored it in to the physical reality. We've anchored this wisdom in throughout 2024, and now we're moving as this wisdom has anchored in, and we are being this. We're being it now. So it's not just like, oh, I'm talking about it but I'm not it. No, you are being it. And this also won't resonate for everyone, because people may have got inclinations, etc., etc., but they didn't anchor it down. So if you did not anchor it down, so you become this or became this throughout 2023, you will not really benefit in the 8th year, or you'll benefit in the opposite way. So let's get into the 8th now. The 8, if we turn it on the side, represents the toroidal field. Ultimately, that's what it is. It's the toroidal field. So it's telling us whatever you've anchored in from the 7 universal year is being applied into your toroidal field. The toroidal field is what brings your experiences to you. Okay, it brings it to you, so you interact with that into your reality. So ultimately, we are entering in a new energy field from what we have anchored in this year. Next year we are bringing it in, okay, and truly experiencing it. So if you do see a lot of people kind of like, you know, doing so, I'd say so well in their own version of success, then so is why, like their manifestations are happening, etc., etc., then so is why, because they spent this time in isolation to bring this into their new toroidal field. 8 as well, it does represent extreme change. So, and forgive me if you hear a little in the noise, I have my gas heater on, and yeah, it's just making its noises. But it can represent extreme change. So for example, I'll get another pen. You see the 8 here. You can experience you can literally go down and experience a lot of lows, just like, oh shit man, basically, and then you turn it up and then you flip the script to experience the upper end before, you know, repeating the whole thing all over again. So ultimately, kind of like what I'm seeing, because of what we've anchored in, and because of just the general energies of just astrology in and of itself, I'm seeing we're more so at the crossing point of the 8 to experience this full 180 in your reality. Basically, that's kind of what I'm seeing. However, those who have not anchored in this wisdom, they may be experiencing the opposite side of the pendulum, or they just may be here, just really, that's now their time to truly push themselves up. So it will be different for each human. It will be different depending on what your actions were in this universal 7 year. So 8, because what makes 8 is 4, so we've got 2 4s that make 8, and then potentially even 2 energies that make 8 as well. But 8 is the double or triple of 4 and 2. 2 in essence represents duality. 2 4 6 8, it represents duality. It represents that contrast, and contrast is necessary in order for things to exist. So we've got these energies within the 8 as well. So for example, this extreme change is now activating because there's 4 energies of this duality being present. You see, so it's like, okay, what you've been working on and anchoring in, it's now being amplified for it to exist in your reality, so your toroidal field can attract it to you. Stay with me, okay? So it's like, it's now possible for this experience to come to your toroidal field. Now 8 can represent extreme wealth as well, but this only comes from the 4 energy. 4 represents, one, it does represent time, the 4th dimension, and also it represents structure, leadership as well. So it's like within time, you having this structure, this discipline, this leadership in your time is great for businesses and things of that nature. Money, basically. 4 is big on money because it has a discipline and structure within the current time to get that done. So this is amplified. This extreme change within your business and money. However, because the 8 is like this whole toroidal field, you're also getting, can you see, you're also getting Libra energies in here too, of balance. So when it comes to 8, though they've got a lot of the 4 energy to bring in a lot for their business, for their career, etc., etc., it's important to maintain that balance. Maintain that balance, because you can easily go too much on one side. You can easily go too much on one side and too much on the other side. So it's like, do keep in mind as we go into this 2024, this 8th universal year, do keep in mind for sure to maintain a balance in what you are doing, in your discipline, with your work, with your structure in that as well. Keep that balance, because keeping that balance can definitely bring about this dramatic change within your reality from the knowledge and wisdom of you and what you are about being anchored into the physical dimension. And I do also want to point out, I'm going to do a little drawing. Should we do it on this side, just here? I'm going to do a little drawing of the whole dimensions and where 8 plays a part in the dimension. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 at the bottom, we have 4, and then we have 5 here. At the very top we have 6, and then I'll draw it, it will be clearer soon. And then let's just draw this, and then we'll get into 7 and 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, going down to 3, and then it connects to the 6th. No, that's not right. It connects. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that for now. That's basically the 6th dimensional reality. So we have here, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 at the bottom, density, we have 4, and then we have 5. I did a video on the 5th dimension now activated, so this connection to everything is back online, because that was severed, so we were offline from connecting to each other. Then we have 6 up here, and now 7 is source projecting into the 6th dimension. So seven's like over here. It projects into the 6th dimension and then gets fractalized into reality. This fractalization allows people to be, that's a man. We then have a tree, existence, basically from the fractalization of light. So 7 is also source, it's light. So this is why we were getting a lot of downloads, wisdom, to really know who we are. Okay, and then the 8th dimension, we get purple. The 8th dimension, which we are entering into, allows this whole structure to exist. So within the 8th dimension, I'll start from here, we have our toroidal field. Can you see that? that is existence. Okay, I kind of wiped away some of it, but that's our existence. 8 holds the existence of our reality. So we live in a reality where it's fractalized. It's fractalization. You've got a fractal down, fractal up, etc., etc. So in our reality, 8 holds our existence. This toroidal field holds our existence. From this toroidal field, source then enters in like this light. 7, we're getting it from the ethereal. 9 is another dimension, but we're getting to that at a later date. But we enter into the prism, which is 6. Oh, that's 7, sorry. We enter into the 7th. From the 7th dimension, we enter into the 6th dimension, where all of our choices reign at the top in the 6th dimension, and then it gets inverted and projected down into the 3rd dimensional plane of existence, where we use duality, and we also use 0.1ness, singularity, the 1st dimension, and all of that is connected through the 5th dimension. So that essentially is that's our existence, and then that fractalizes down, and each of us have our own toroidal field. So we each have our own toroidal field, and though this is our big experience, we fractalize down, and we then attract and hold in our own personal experience what we are experiencing in the physical reality. So that's how it works. So from this 8th universal year, I am seeing a new attraction in your life. I am seeing a new attraction. I am seeing we will begin to attract these new experiences, these new things, because we are entering into a new toroidal field. This new toroidal field, so long as we maintain this balance, this Libra energy, the balance within this toroidal field, we can definitely bring about extreme change. And this extreme change could come with business, money, home life, just general life, basically, on whatever you've put discipline, structure and leadership in. And I'm not saying you have to be out there if you're more introverted and you're just not like out on social media or out there in a certain career. It doesn't even have to be that, but it's having that leadership in your own life. Are you having leadership to create your own garden and live off grid and you probably don't even want to show your face? It's still the same thing. It could be anything you have put your discipline and structure in within time within this universal 7 year, and then that could bring about extreme change, meaning you could then begin to see your rewards from what you have been doing and what you've been anchoring in, because you're entering into a new toroidal field and you will begin to attract these things. But make sure, as I said, that you have balance. Make sure you have balance, because balance is the biggest key in all of this. Do let me know if that resonated, if you see that that could be a potential for you, especially if you have been putting in the work. We're moving on to tarot now, but I generally feel if you have been feeling like, oh my days, I've just been so isolated, so by myself and feeling lonely, but you're getting these amazing ideas, these wisdom, these things coming in this year, I feel that that's just like a sign. I feel that that's a sign in and of itself. You were meant to be, so you can hear all of these messages coming in, so you can hear the messages basically. But I'd like, as the Emperor's at the bottom of the deck, I'd like to know what's coming for the collective now, for the year 2024. That's what I would like to know. And as I'm shuffling, I will say I do offer personal readings too, based off the visible sky. So if you are watching this in December, and I quickly saw the 10 of Cups there, so full fulfillment, emotional fulfillment's definitely coming. If you are watching this in December, then it's £20 for a standard reading, and 25 for an extended, where we include your inner child, birth card of illumination, and a little bit of numerology, and we synchronize it all together with all of your other placements with the standard reading. So this will be going up in January. It will be 25 for a standard and 30 for an extended. So do grab it this month if you would like to, or you know, there will be competitions and some discounts at times. But anyway, what is happening with the collective for 2024? What's happening? Oh my days, a lot just fell on the floor then. I see the sun and everything, but you know what it's telling me? I need to do my sound bowl. So let's sound the bowl. Take a deep breath with me. Okay, so what is happening now with the collective for 2024? The universal 8 year, what energy is coming with the universal 8 year? Could you please give the clearest message that we need to be aware of? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Oh, we're getting, can you see this? The 3 of Swords in reverse. So no heartache, no heartbreak is what I'm seeing there. And as I said, I briefly saw the 10 of Cups. So, oh, we're getting the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So we will check in the book as well, but from what I remember, we're getting no heartache and struggles are over in 2024. Any more to clarify, any more for any more? The general energies of the collective who have been anchoring in the 7th, the 7 energy. We're getting 6 of Swords in reverse and Temperance in reverse as well. So, oh, this is interesting. I don't know what the 6 of Swords are in reverse, but Temperance is just like a lot of weight, balancing, compromising. Maybe that isn't necessary anymore in 2024. This having to fully compromise and wait, this patience thing, maybe that's ending, but we'll double check in the book. Any more for any more? Can we clarify one last time of the energies, pardon me, of 2024? Do let me know. Clear message, please. I like it to just pop out. I don't look at the bottom or top of the deck. It's just what flies out. I'm like, okay. I'll fast forward this part because it's long. Or is that it? 10 of Cups have popped up again. Like when I looked down, I saw it. So what's the general energies for the collective? Okay. So we've got the Ace of Swords and the Magician. So I'm generally seeing here, and the camera stopped, but you're possibly just going to be feeling like you're a magician in what is happening this year, because a lot may be being drawn to you. A lot may be being drawn to you. And we have the Ace of Swords as well. So, oh, something to do with communication. Let's take a look at the book anyway. We'll go through it quickly. So we had the 3 of Swords, 6 of Swords was reversed, and the Ace of Swords. So we'll do the 3 of Swords and the 6 of Swords first. So 3 of Swords, it means about heartbreak, discovering a painful truth, feeling let down, betrayal, hurting someone else, fear of losing, feeling alone. So this is telling me, this came up in reverse, and did I not say this loneliness that you may be feeling may end, because we're moving from a 7 universal year into an 8 universal. So we're moving out of isolation. We're not being heartbroken anymore, because we were always being drawn to self-isolation, to look at yourself, perspective. So if you may have been trying to pursue elsewhere, it was just always like, no, it was cut off, it was ended, it was paused, for example, and you may have felt heartbroken, but that's definitely ending, going into 2024 as we're drawing in a new experience. There's no painful truths coming out. Like, when I say painful truth, you're knowing truth, but it won't be as so distraught. No betraying, you're not hurting other people as well. And we then had the 6 of Swords in reverse. Oh, so recovery, travel, new departure, leaving the past behind, getting over difficulties, more positive about life, and healing experience. But it's come up in reverse. So what I'm kind of getting from this is, this was about recovery, but it's in reverse. I feel we have done the recovery, if you know what I'm saying. So it's like, this isn't just talking about the beginning of 2024, it's talking about the whole of 2024. So you won't really be on this new departure in it, because I feel you've started your departure already. Travel, personally, travel for me hasn't been happening, but of course, oh gosh, it's like maybe plans were put in for travel and to do that, and the universe, the 8th year is bringing it in, the new toroidal field, to experience it, because you're not really recovering from something, you're not starting something new. I feel you are experiencing what you have been anchoring in this year. I feel you will be experiencing it, like, yeah, no, like healing experience, but it came up in reverse. So I feel a healing and looking at yourself is often necessary, of course. Yeah, I feel we've potentially done a good amount in order for us to expand to a new level and to attract something new in our own hologram, our personal hologram. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there with the 6 of Swords coming in. You know, you never know. For some people it may be restriction in travel that may come up, because the world stage is doing the most right now, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, I feel the healing, the new adventure, you already know the adventure you're ready to go down. You've probably had little breadcrumbs already this year, and I feel that that's starting, so it's not like this whole new thing. So yeah, we then had the Ace of Swords along with the Magician. But the Ace of Swords, it's clarity, it's honesty, objectivity, resolving a problem, facing facts, knowing the way forward, cutting through illusions, and analyzing your emotions. So within this year, I'm seeing potentially what is being drawn to you and attracted to you will be clarity. You'll have clarity in the direction you would like to go, resolving problems. This could come from communication, because Swords energy is about communicating, knowing where to go and the way forward. So as you're attracting these new things through the toroidal field, it's then getting clearer for you on where to go. So that's what I'm seeing there. We then had the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, it represents hardship, victim mentality, material difficulties, feeling excluded, neglecting your needs, soul searching, sense that something is missing. You see what I'm saying? You've got feeling excluded, this isolation, but it's come up in reverse. So it's like we were in this 7 energy of feeling excluded, of sensing that something's missing, of like soul searching. We were in that right side up 5 of Pentacles energy in 2003, but it's flipped upside down for 2024. So what I'm seeing is there isn't hardship anymore. You're attracting within your toroidal field what you have been anchoring in from the 7th dimension, basically. This victim mentality is going away. You will feel included rather than excluded. So it's no more isolation is coming up. There won't be material difficulties anymore. So that was another thing, as well as if you were feeling isolated within yourself, if you were feeling material difficulties too, just with monetary or, you know, just restriction within the material, but it's going away. Neglecting your own needs. Like, I was definitely big on more consistent exercise, like I was, and this year I have to admit I'd been just wobbly. I've attempted sometimes, I've been wobbly, I've been neglectful, not eating, just all of that type of stuff. But this neglecting of your needs is coming to an end as well in 2024 through the energies. That's what I'm seeing, and there won't be a sense anymore of something missing, like this soul searching that we were directed into, and just like this hole and we had to fill that hole ourselves. You know, this soul searching, I'm feeling it's coming to an end, and we won't feel that something's missing anymore. So that's kind of like what I'm getting from that. And then we then had Temperance upside down and the Magician. So let's take a look at those two. Temperance being 14, Magician being 1. So Temperance was upside down. So we had self-control, compromise, moderation, virtue, blending of ideas, harmony and understanding. Moderation will create balance, need for cooperation, healing energy, being centered, vitality and well-being. So what's sticking out for me a lot is this healing energy, and I feel that that's what is taking a little back seat. Of course it's always going to be necessary, and it's always going to come up on our journey, but I feel we were doing a lot of that in 2023, and going into the 8th universal year, I'm seeing that this healing, we are experiencing what we are, you know, because we've done healed. You see what I'm saying? Self-control was there because of course it was in reverse, so I'm seeing this reverse. So self-control was there. I don't know, I feel maybe it's a case of, because we are attracting what we have been anchoring in, we are truly enjoying it, you know. So I'm seeing that true enjoyment. I'm not seeing we have to compromise anymore. Compromising is out the way now. Of course moderation in everything is always good. I'm not saying, oh, this whole 2024 don't be moderate in what you do. Confirmation burp. So make sure moderation is still there. However, I feel if you were in this energy of kind of like making sure like, oh shit, I really need to do this, maybe just a little self-indulgence and truly enjoying what is coming into your energetic frequency will be healthy, you know. It will be healthy, and it was definitely needed this year to bring about the balance necessary. Yet I feel now we've entered into it where it's time to enjoy what we have been working on. It's truly time to enjoy it. So and cooperation, you may have felt like really like, oh my days, this can't even move forward without this cooperation happening, and I feel that that's also coming to an end. It's kind of just like cooperation, of course there's levels of it, yet I'm kind of seeing it's more so like you are with people where it works as a nice balance. So it may not even feel cooperative anyway, just like we're doing this because we want to, it's part of what we are doing. Of course, always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Do let me know if this feels like in alignment to you or if it doesn't, and we'll see. Ultimately, I have to admit I can still be a little bit skeptical about tarot. Yeah, I see how energy works, and ultimately I'd just like to observe how this unfolds, if it does unfold. So maybe I'll do like a review as we move into 2025, and we'll do it like that to see if these energies actually came about. So yeah, so with that being said, continue to trust yourself. I always say that. Trust yourself, trust your own journey. Make sure you're maintaining whatever comes in, the balance of that. So, you know, moderation is still necessary, it really is, but maintain that balance, because I'm generally seeing what is coming into your energetic frequency right now is what you have been anchoring in, and we must be prepared, because this is the materials, it's coming into your material reality number 6. So do be prepared that you are ready for what you've been working on, what you've been asking for. yeah, make sure you're ready basically, and to maintain that balance, to be grateful when it comes in. And yeah, do let me know if this resonated or not. I will be doing videos going in depth about all the symbology of the numbers as well, with a little bit of gematria too included, so do stick around for that. As I said, grab your 1 or 2 calendars if you would like. There is a 15% off, a Holy Days discount, so do put that at the checkout and get 15% off and treat yourself. It's in alignment with the visible sky, and I do offer personal birth chart readings in alignment with the sky as well. I've done an example for Bitcoin and XRP, so do check that out. I'll do Ethereum soon, but do let me know if this resonated, if you liked this alternative perspective. I am a different mind, I share a different perspective, and that's what we are all here to do. So with that being said, I'll catch you in my next video. But anyway, angel out. Bye.